This is Kyle over here at the Horrorphile.
Hi guys, it's Lacey from LaceyFaceyy, LACEYFACEYY.
And we are doing a joint review today of a new movie. It's maybe kind of strange for some of her viewers. It's something she hasn't done before, but the movie, if you can't see it already, is American Guinea Pig Bloodshock. So I actually got this movie through an Indiegogo campaign for the film itself. The film's director and writer actually put up the Indiegogo campaign, and they were selling Blu-rays, DVDs, and they were signing them, as well as the actors, or at least actor, I'm not really sure exactly.
Pretty cool, you can see their signature here. Looks like they signed it with a silver Sharpie.
Yeah, and it looks like on the back here they actually numbered, they're hand numbered. I got 155. This cover is 155 out of 500. This is the gore cover. If you guys don't know, this is my girlfriend Lacey, so I don't want you to think this is just a weird kind of random thing. So, but yeah, we're gonna actually be reviewing this. I've actually already watched this. She started watching it, and she was
she
was really tired and fell asleep. So we're just gonna start it over and watch it, and we're gonna kind of give our idea of what give you a review of the movie and kind of what it's about and what we think of it. Are you stoked on this?
I'm super stoked. We're gonna kind of like pause a little ways through and kind of give our reaction to each section of the movie. We might pause it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
Just so you'll know like our reactions.
Yeah, I mean, you guys that follow my channel probably, this is one of those movies that I review a lot of these kind of shock movies. American Guinea Pig was kind of, or a guinea pig series in general was kind of popular back in the 80s. In Japan, there was a series of movies that came out, the Guinea Pig series. This is actually an American version of these films that are being kind of, not redone, but like they're kind of reinventing the franchise. And Marcus Koch and Stephen Biro, the guys that, Stephen owns Unearthed Films, and Marcus is an amazing special effects designer. They are kind of coming out with these. They already did Bouquet of Guts and Gore, so this is the new one that just came out. It's not even, I don't even think it's available everywhere yet, but like I said, it's called Bloodshock. So stay tuned, and hopefully this will scare the shit out of her, or at least gross her out, and let you guys know what we think. Peace. All right, guys, so we're about 50 minutes, close to 50 minutes into this film. What do you think so far, Lacey?
Well, it's pretty intense. There's a lot of guts and gore. The black and white is pretty cool. I think it adds to the like creepiness because you don't really see like the redness of the blood, but there's a lot of blood. I told him in the beginning, at the very beginning, it kind of reminded me of like Saw, but now that it's more into the movie, it's not very Saw-ish, but it has that kind of vibe where it's like black and white and just very clean.
What do you think about the gore, like the up close gore?
I think it's pretty creepy. There's a lot of like sound effects, I guess, that really like make the whole creepiness, I guess.
Yeah.
And the music is good. I feel like the music is really creepy and it adds to the effects too. What do you think?
So far I really like it. I mean, I feel like this is the second time I've watched it. I feel like I'm gaining more.
You're seeing things like
I'm seeing a lot more than I don't know if I missed it, but I'm just seeing things that I don't remember. And I just watched it a couple of days ago, which is weird. I was probably really like tired or something when I was watching it. But I like the black and white-ish of it. I think that this movie is like perfect for that. I think that the theme, like the setting of the movie, is really creepy and really good. The gore effects, I mean,
They're pretty
Marcus
good.
Marcus Koch is the man with gore and like special effects. So very very good. I feel like my favorite character is the Doctor so far. I was telling her I think that he's a really kind of creepy character.
He is very creepy, and he doesn't say much either.
He doesn't say like anything, which is
really,
really cool.
In the movie, there's not a lot of talking. It's just action.
Yeah, it's mainly like the first one. If she never saw Bouquet of Guts and Gore, which she's going to have to watch with me after this, it's similar to it because there wasn't really any talking, and I mean, really, in the Guinea Pig series, the original ones, there's not a whole lot of talking in some of them. So, me and my buddies, me and one of my friends, John, watched Flowers of Flesh and Blood last year for the first time. You may not know this, but the original Guinea Pig series from Japan, Flowers of Flesh and Blood, was like the more popular one, where it was just a girl getting dismembered the whole movie. And Charlie Sheen saw it at a party and reported it to the FBI.
Because he thought it was real.
He thought it was real, yeah. But that kind of goes along the lines of Bouquet and Guts and Gore. That's pretty much the whole theme of that. This is like different. I like this because it's more. I feel like this movie has more of a theme to it, which is really nice and refreshing because the whole series itself don't really have. I mean, the original, there was a couple of the movies that did have a theme to them. Like Flowers of Flesh and Blood doesn't have any theme to it whatsoever. This seems like it has like somewhat of a theme, and there's going to be an underlying meaning to it. I sort of remember toward the end that there was, and the camera work in this is another thing that I really think is really cool, really creepy. The music, like she was saying, really goes along with the movie and the theme of the movie.
And there's like a lot of close-ups of the gore, I guess. So the like close-ups and the noise that it the sounds that it makes is just really creepy.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the sound itself, I remember toward the end. I was telling her at the end, there's like this really, really unsettling music at the end, which I'm really excited for her to see.
And I haven't.
Me and my brother watched it, and my brother was like very, very like unsettled by it. He's like, man, this is making me feel really weird. And I was like,
his brother works like in the hospital.
Yeah, my brother sees a lot of this kind of shit probably that we're watching now, intense. A lot of this gore stuff. So, I don't know. Anything else?
One more thing to add. I feel like the main character guy looks like Batman Michael Keaton.
Yeah, he does like
Michael every Keaton. Time, like, I don't know, he has like these dark circles under his eyes and just like his mannerisms and stuff. Like, it just kind of reminds me of it.
Yeah.
Which has nothing to do with anything, but maybe you'll see it when you watch it.
Yeah, so.
But that's it. We're going to continue to watch the rest of it now.
Yeah, we'll continue to watch it, so just stay tuned to the end, and we'll actually have like a review at the end and let you know what we think of the whole movie. So, talk to you soon. What's up, guys? So, me and Lacey just got done with this movie. I wanted to pause it on this. It's kind of funny. I'm actually the first one on the Indiegogo supporter credits. It's probably backwards for you guys, but I just wanted to show that because I thought it was pretty cool. But in case you're wondering, I have an apartment complex, and we have a movie theater at the apartment complex, so that's where we're at, if it looks like a movie theater setting. So anyway, we just got done. Lacey needed a little bit of vodka for this whole scenario.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the movie?
Well. It was pretty intense, especially the ending. The whole movie was in black and white, and then towards the end, it got a little colorful.
Yeah.
And I don't know. The music really
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it was like the music and then the visual. It was like freaking me out a little bit. It made me feel a little like intense. But it was really good.
Yeah, the music itself, especially the last, 15
like,
minutes.
It's super intense.
Like, it was like, I looked over because I remember like when I first watched it, me and my brother watched it, he was like, my brother doesn't watch like a ton of movies like I mean, he watches movies, but he's not into, he's into the movies I watch, but he's not like big on like movies I watch, like gory movies and stuff. And he was just like, God, this is unsettling, and like it really is.
Very unsettling.
Makes you feel weird. I looked over at her while it was going on. She didn't notice I saw her, and she was just kind of like.
I was like, WTF.
Like the scene, like for me, for me the special effects themselves were like
it was pretty crazy.
Like very, very awesome.
I'm
very realistic.
impressed.
Yeah, it was very impressive. Like it's very realistic looking. I mean, you can't get really much realistic than that. I mean, it's all practical and not CGI.
Yeah,
which
it seems very real.
CGI does not hold its own. I mean, over time, practical, even 80s movies that had practical effects, early 90s movies or 90s movies in general that had practical effects, they hold up. So like you see them later on, and you can still watch them, and they're still look good. So. But overall, I mean, kind of, this is our review, or this is my, both of our reviews of the movie, kind of what the movie was about. I don't want to kind of give anything away, but the movie just kind of starts out with this guy who is in like a hospital gown, and you don't know who he is, you don't know anything about him, and he starts getting tortured. One of the scenes, I don't want to give away a whole lot with the movie, but one of the scenes that's very memorable for me, will be memorable, is a scene with teeth that was very kind of, I don't know, hurtful to think about. Do you have any memorable scenes of this movie?
I think the ending. The ending
Yeah,
was
the
pretty
ending.
memorable. That was when I was like, my eyes were probably like super huge, and I was just kind of like in shock at the ending.
Yeah.
But it was cool.
Yeah, it was really cool,
It was
really neat.
cool.
I really liked the underlying storyline of this movie. I thought it was really cool. Like, this movie could have been thrown together with no real meaning to it.
But I like that at the end they gave a meaning to everything that happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's
not like one of those movies where you're left like, what the hell just happened? Like
That's what I was afraid of with this movie. When I first watched it, my
Yeah.
brother was like, I hope they kind of like tell us why these people are being tortured.
Yeah.
Because there's two people. It's a guy and a girl. I'm trying to not give a whole lot away, but there is a guy and a girl in the movie that are being tortured. You don't really know why, and there's this kind of doctor in the movie, Dr. Death is kind of what I like to call him, who honestly is probably my favorite character.
Yeah.
There was a really gross, weird scene where he licked some insides, which was really odd.
Yeah, that was a little creepy. It was a little pornographical.
But, I mean, overall, I mean...
What would you rate the movie?
That's what I was about to say. I would give this movie a 9 out of 10. I mean, it's very good, I think the best thing about this movie is the practical effects, the effects of this movie. Marcus Koch did a great job, not only directing, but doing the effects of this movie. He does a great job with pretty much everything he does. She hasn't seen a whole lot of his stuff, but we will watch some. But he did a great job. It was definitely a cool written movie, so Steven did a good job writing it. And camera-wise, I thought it was a really well-directed movie as well. I don't know, what would you rate it?
I was literally thinking the same thing. Before
So-
you even said that, I was like 9 out of 10.
So, yeah, 9 out of 10. I mean, I really think it's a good movie. I know this movie got some mixed reviews, which any movie's going to get,
I
but
enjoyed it.
I've seen a lot of movies similar to
I was interested
this.
the whole time.
She was all into it.
There was never a point where I was like, I don't really care. Like, I wanted to know the ending. I wanted to know what happened.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those films where you're watching it and you don't want to kind of stop watching it. Like, we paused halfway between it, and I was like, God, I want to get back into it, because it's one of those films that for me, if you paused it halfway through and then picked it up later on, it's not going to give you the same effect as if you go all the way through it. So.
Yeah.
So definitely 9 out of 10. So other than that, that's pretty much our thoughts on Bloodshock. So like I said,
I think you guys should watch it.
yeah. So
If you like blood, if you like gore. If you don't, then don't watch it, because it's pretty intense.
I mean,
not gonna lie.
I would say watch it if you're into like horror movies in general. I know like there's specific genres of horror movies, and Lacey's following's a little different than my following. I do a lot of horror movie reviews. She does a lot of, I don't know, what would you call your channel, just to kind of let the viewers know?
My channel is more like beauty, hair, makeup,
I mean,
girly,
you can really put whatever you want on your YouTube channel, so that's why we're kind of doing this joint review.
vlogs.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Yeah.
blog kind of thing. But she, you know, no matter what, who you guys are that watch this review, if you're into horror movies, definitely support indie horror stuff like this. Because I mean, this is people like like you and I that just go out and do this stuff for a living, and and maybe not even for a living, even on the side that have a passion for it and enjoy doing it. So. Definitely support. You can pick up Bloodshock, unearthfilms.com, I believe it should be. So check them out. You can probably find them on Facebook as well. I definitely recommend picking it up. You can get the Blu-ray version as well. I got the DVD version, but either one. And I believe they still actually have they have some stuff from the set actually for sale still. So like some of the body parts and things like that, not real obviously, but some of the body parts and things like that that were used in the making of the movie or used for the movie is for sale. So you can check that out and pick them up. I know they were selling the dentist chair on Craigslist that was used in the movie. It was like $500. I think they were selling it for, because I think the director, not the director, but the writer Steven, the guy that owns Unearthed, I don't think he had room for it. I saw in his house or wherever he was storing it, so you can check that out. But do you want to tell them what or where to go to subscribe to your YouTube channel?
Yeah, my YouTube is LaceyFaceyy with an extra Y at the end. We'll put it right here. And your channel is?
My channel is the Horrorphile. So there should be a link in the description for both channels. So just like and subscribe to the video. Let us know what you guys think. If you want to see more like joint reviews, definitely let us know. I thought it'd be cool to do this because I just got this movie in the mail the other day. She likes watching movies like this with me, so I thought it'd be a fun review. So just let us know, and we will do more. So
See y'all
until
later.
next time, peace.